Clementine and I have a brief walk around the block, and it is after lunch before I have a chance to check the emails and see if I have any online orders. There are 6. Valentine's Day is just a few weeks away, and the new website that Frank Goodrich designed for the shop has been featuring holiday specials. I've already gotten 10 requests for the chocolate bear and roses arrangement. That was Frank's idea. He claims he's a marketing genius. There's actually really very little floral work involved in this seasonal gift. He found out that I could order a box of stuffed bears from a toy warehouse wholesale, and that I could get a supply of chocolates at very little cost from Denny at the drugstore. Denny's employee, a high school student with math deficiencies, ordered 12 dozen mini boxes of Valentine candy instead of just 1 dozen, and when the mistake was realized, the supplier wouldn't take them back, and Denny was desperate for a buyer. I'm not sure how Frank found out. Denny promised to sell the candy to me at a really great discount, which Frank said I could use as a promotion with a stuffed animal and 1 long-stemmed rose. I thought it was not a bad idea, ordered the bears, bought the chocolates, but then felt bad later when I had to decline Denny after he begged me to hire the employee who had made the mistake. I told him I already had Jimmy to deliver and Nora to help at the counter and clean up. I didn't need a high school student who couldn't do basic addition and subtraction. Besides, I told him when he phoned, she's your daughter. I suggest you get her a math tutor. She's going to be with you a long time. People assume that florists love Valentine's Day, that it's our bread and butter, our greatest money-making holiday on the calendar. And they'd be right that it's busy, and they'd be right that we make a fair amount of our income on that one day of celebration. But I don't know a florist who loves Valentine's Day. It's hard work, and most of the orders are too constrictive. Most everyone only wants the red roses, traditional, long-stemmed, a dozen, a little baby's breath or bear grass, a tall, clear vase, thick red ribbon. No imagination, no room for personal preference or creative imagination. A dozen long-stemmed roses in a tall vase with a red ribbon. No deviation. I used to try to make people see, try to show them what they really needed, what their loved one really wanted. Tried to explain that violets were actually the true Valentine flower, but I got tired of the hassle and the disappointment and the long stares that came from minds already made up. So I just tell Cooper how many buckets of red roses I want, and I collect the tall, clear vases from everyone throughout the year, and I make 35 or 40 traditional arrangements. Over the years, I have, of course, proven myself with the regulars, and they rarely disappoint. You know best, Ruby, my old-timers will say. Just put a little of your magic in it, and I don't care what flowers you stick in that vase. I do get a fair number of those requests on Valentine's, and that's what keeps me from closing down the shop during the 2nd week in February. That, and the fact that Jimmy and Nora need the work. You still open? I glance up. Jenny Seal is standing at the door. Yes, I say, waving her in. How are you, Jenny? I ask. I remember that Justin, her fiancé, had ordered a small bouquet for her to be delivered last month. She was in the hospital, on the 6th floor, oncology. She turns slowly, closes the door, and walks over to the counter. She keeps her head down. I got home from the hospital a couple of weeks ago, she says. I nod. I'm so glad. I have cancer, she announces, and her candor surprises me. I nod again. I had my breast removed, and she reaches up and touches the left side of her chest. She keeps her hand there, and she looks like somebody getting ready to say the Pledge of Allegiance. After a bit, she lowers it. How are you feeling? A little sick.